Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I would like to try and create the perfect realistic Sugo Fest for the upcoming 8th anniversary of the game. By realistic, of course, I mean that we need to keep things logical and not just provide one gem multis and full red multis everywhere, because extreme stuff like that won't happen anyway, so might as well keep things in the realm of possibility. To start things off, I would like firstly to talk about the New Year's Super Sugo Fest, because one, I believe that this is our biggest indicator of what things are going to be like, since this is the biggest Sugo Fest after the Sync, and on top of that, I believe that the upcoming 8th anniversary Sugo Fest will be a Super Sugo Fest just like the New Year's Sugo Fest was. Here is the structure that the New Year's Sugo Fest had for parts 2 and 3. These are the two parts that the new legends were actually featured and guaranteed in, with equal rates with everyone else. Part 1, in my opinion, is not worth discussing really, because for the majority of times we have seen it, it is kind of a cash grab for impatient people or whales that cannot wait to spend gems. Something I would also like to add is that part 1 should be out day 1 of course, and then the other parts, 2 and 3, maybe even 4 possibly, should either come out together day 2 or at least day number 3. We should not have to wait 4 days to actually pull for our most wanted new legend. For the structure itself now, we see no discounted multi, and we also see nothing in multi 1. So multi 1 was not a discounted multi and it is not mentioned, it was not a rate boosted or legend even, it was nothing, which is unacceptable. It should not happen for the 8th anniversary, hopefully we won't see it. The other huge issue we see here, we have almost 20 steps for a last poster guarantee to be a rate boosted or legend character. This is of course very bad, it is a very bland step. And yeah, technically it is better than getting a random story unit in the final poster, but still not good enough for a big celebration Sugo Fest. I think that we shouldn't really be happy or grateful that for the 8th year of the game, it is not possible to get a guaranteed story unit in the final poster. It goes without saying that this should not happen. So this step should exist in some multis. I understand why it happens, not every multi can be incredible. Some multis can definitely be a dud and leading up to another good multi, but then again, almost 20 out of the total 30 steps being a rate boosted or a legend character is not that great. I think that Bandai definitely overdid it here. I understand that this is a Super Sugo and we have 3 times legend rate or 15% legend rate, but still these are a lot of bad steps. Moving on to the better ones, we had 6 steps with the last poster being a guaranteed legend, the most generic step, but it is not technically a bad one. Then we had 1 multi with a guaranteed limited pool legend, which limited pool in my opinion was pretty bad for step number 10. Then for 15 and 20 we had a guaranteed super limited pool legend, a better pool here, but of course later in the multis. And then the 30th multi was the guaranteed featured new legend, depending of course on which part you decided to pull. Overall, looking at this structure, is it a good one? I think I can objectively say no, and especially taking into consideration that this is a celebration Sugo Fest, a big Super Sugo Fest, and yes, a Super Sugo with 3 times legend rate, but it cannot just be enough just based on that. We need some steps to spice things up, maybe a 40% legend rate step, which is not the best thing, but still, you show something different in the steps, maybe better limited pools, or more steps with limited and super limited legend pools, that would be nice, or at the very least, discount multis. At least multi number 1 should have been 30 gems, especially if we consider that the new legend is guaranteed not in 20, not in 25, but in 30 multis. That is 1500 gems. I am not asking for crazy stuff like 5 all red multis or anything like that. I just want the structure to feel more like an anniversary structure or a big Sugo Fest celebration structure. This one doesn't really do it for me, but my expectations, especially because we have seen so many horrible debut Sugo structures, are close to what we see on screen for the 8th anniversary. I am expecting something similar and I cannot really be that hopeful. Let's now transition to the structure I would make for the 8th anniversary while staying realistic, not giving players full red Super Sugo multis and all of that, but then again trying to cater to them, satisfy them for the biggest event and Sugo Fest of the year. For the first type of my steps, we have the discounted multis. 7 multis out of the total 30 that have steps will be 30 gems. Multis 1 and 29th included, because the 30th step will of course be the guaranteed new legend. So in my opinion, steps that lead up to big steps like super limited pools and guarantees can be 30 gems to give players the incentive to keep pulling for the next big step. If you have everything being rate boosted or legend, then it kind of destroys the purpose. If you are at step number 20 and you haven't seen anything good, why would I keep doing multis until I reach 30, while pretty much every single multi between 20 and 30 is a rate boosted or legend step? Nothing special, so why would I keep pulling? Even step 25 in the New Year Sugo Fest was nothing special, only a rate boosted or legend step. Discounted multis are awesome because people love them, they have nothing special about them in the sense of a full red multi or a guaranteed legend or anything like that, but they are 20 gems less and that will also decrease the total amount of gems you have to spend to get the guaranteed legend in 30 multis if you please to do so. The next type of step will be Bandai's favorite guaranteed legend or rate boosted. As I said, we are going to stay realistic, so 9 steps out of 30 will be rate boosted or legend. I am not a fan of those, but I cannot just remove them all of a sudden because it simply won't happen. So these exist, but not almost 20 of them, that is not good. Almost 10 of them, I believe, is way more reasonable. Then I have 5 steps with a guaranteed legend, very simple step, very straightforward. Then I have 3 steps with a guaranteed limited pool legend, which limited pool will contain around 15 legends. For step number 7, I have a guaranteed new rare recruit. I do not understand why we cannot get the new batch rare recruit guaranteed in some step. And if we have like 2 or 3 new rare recruits, guaranteeing one of them won't hurt that much. It can help in the treasure map, it can help in the events that go along with the Sugo Fest, and in many other month activities. I have seen people do the full 30 multis getting the new legend, but still not being lucky enough to have the whole new rare recruit batch, which is the same, so I will introduce a new step, which I don't believe is crazy good anyway. Give us a guaranteed new rare recruit in step 7. Then I have 3 steps, 10, 15 and 25, guaranteed super limited pool legend, which pool will contain around 7 legends. And then for step 20, a guaranteed Super Sugo Fest legend. Now that we have more Super Sugos, of course we can also guarantee them in their own step. Of course the new legend is in this limited pool of Super Sugo Fest exclusives that are guaranteed here, but it is not the only one. Let's say we have 4 others, meaning that you have 1 out of 5 to get the new legend, and I believe it is pretty fair. This step can also be exchanged with step number 25, so we can go 10, 15, 20 and then 25 for the guaranteed Super Sugo. And finally, step number 30, the guaranteed featured new legend, depending on the part you decide to pull. And that is my structure, which I think would satisfy a lot of players for an anniversary event, with no raid shenanigans and all of that stuff, I think we would be okay with pooling. Discount multis, limited pools, super limited pools, even a guaranteed new rare recruit, and a fair amount of guaranteed legend or raid boosted character steps, I think it seems fair. Who knows, maybe we see something even better than this, that would be awesome, but even from a Bandai perspective and a business one, I think I tried to keep players appealed to this structure in order to keep pooling, to go to step number 6 to get the guaranteed limited pool legend, to go to step number 7 for the guaranteed new rare recruit, then a discount multi, and you are closer to step number 10 for the guaranteed super limited pool. Then for players with more gems, we have more 30 gem multis, more guaranteed legends, and you can go to step number 20 for the guaranteed Super Sugo Fest and to try and get the new Super Sugo Fest legend you want out of the pool. Then if you still don't have the new legend and you really want to get the new legend, there are more opportunities, so you can keep pulling, and then you are deep enough, so might as well go to multi 30. I tried to look at it from both perspectives, the player one and the business one, but then again I do not have inside information from Bandai and how they really create Sugo Fest, so I cannot 100% do that obviously. From the player perspective, I can use my experience and what I would like to personally see, but I want you to tell me in the comments down below as well what are your opinions on my structure and what do you expect to get as a Sugo Fest structure in the 8th anniversary Sugo. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we can get an anniversary specific rare recruit in multi 2 guaranteed in each different part instead of a rate boosted or legend step. That would be also a great idea. You can let me know of more ideas you have to make the Sugo Fest interesting down below. And if you enjoyed this video, you can definitely check my 8th anniversary predictions by clicking the video on the left, where I am doing not only predictions for events, Sugo Fests and new characters, but also talk about the official information we know so far about Anni. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.